Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we're playing some Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. It's been a solid 2 weeks since I was last live, so I'm looking forward to being back. I'm looking forward to streaming some things with y'all, getting some work done. Honestly, these past few days were extremely stressful, but I'm glad to be back on the mic, and I'm glad to be able to play some more, actually. Now that I think about it, I actually almost missed last month's Coliseum because I was so like enamored with the things that I had to do that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna have time for this. But I ended up kind of getting lazy and I placed, I think, like 1,100. So that's where we're at right now. We're gonna try and clean some stuff early because I feel like that's where we went wrong. We didn't clean up our stuff, and it kind of backfired because then we were like super last minute rushing through everything. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be doing the Flame Core event. We'll do the Keyblade challenge, the high score challenge for July, and then I think we'll do the Alice in Wonderland just to clean it up. I don't believe it's going to be particularly hard. I don't believe it's going to be particularly useful for everyone. But it is technically free points because all of the medals are greater than tier 2. So you should be able to sell them for some draw points if you don't want them. Solomon Kearns, you missed last stream. You felt bad? Oh, don't feel bad about it. We're back. No worries. Hello. Jock Faye, how's it going? Nick, welcome back. So yeah, we've got some stuff to clean up. Like, look at our events tab. Like 40% progress. We are not doing too hot. So let's go ahead. Let's start with the Flame Core event and get rewards based on the total number of players that complete all the objectives. So it's actually important for me to actually get this done. LIVEEE TV? I think you're new to the stream. I don't believe I've ever seen you in a past stream before, but welcome to the stream. Nick, what's up? I just finished a super important exam, and fingers crossed everything went well. But today is de-stress day. So we are going to play some Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and kind of take our mind off of it for a bit. We got some good dinner tonight. We're going to get something good for brunch tomorrow. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. Really what I'm looking forward to is a new upright magic medal, because I kind of need an upright magic medal. All right, let's see. So what do we got? We got Zero sharing Key R24, who truthfully I'm really jealous of this medal. I actually really want this medal. The only trade-off is that was a 10 mercy pull, and it's hard to justify 10 mercy pulls for anything. Let's see. Solomon, gotta do your part. Yeah, so part's done. So let's I actually should have read the description first before we ran in there. Let's see. All right, what do we got? He's only got 45 health, like the supernova attack. Oh, I guess the supernova attack doesn't work, but the supernova of Key R24 will. Nick, you probably don't care, but I started Sino Alice. I hope you passed the exam. I hope I passed it too, and I heard Sino Alice was actually kind of hyped. I heard it's just a straight waifu game, though, where it's like you pull for units, not because the game itself is, like, actually rewarding. Truthfully, I don't know. I knew a lot of friends that were super excited about it because of that reason, because it was like a gacha for waifus. But let me know. Let me know how it is. Solomon, congrats on finishing the exam. School will be coming back for me soon. Oh, don't worry. There's another exam in a month that I gotta take, so we're just relaxing for a day. Don't worry, it all picks up. Let me see what this. So power-based attacks don't work against this fire foe. When its HP drops below 50%, it unleashes a powerful attack, likely when it counters and likely at the end of each turn. What does it mean, likely? As in it changes every 3 hits? Yeah, Sino Alice is new. Like, I think it's like a month old. Not like new, but it's like kind of new. JT, how's it going? And it's pretty good? Maybe. You know, I thought about it, like, if Kingdom Hearts wasn't completely occupying my time, between Kingdom Hearts, Star Ocean Anamnesis, PTCGO, if those weren't completely occupying my time, I'd probably have, like, and, you know, like, life stuff. If that wasn't occupying all my time, I'd be down for, like, every month. Once a month. 8 hours straight, 5 hours straight, maybe something like that, just playing a new mobile game. Like, I really want to try Pokemon Cafe. That actually sounds really interesting. Even though I've truthfully never played it, so I can't really say anything about it. You know, now that I think about it, is the Flame Core a new enemy to Union Cross? Because I know it's a Kingdom Hearts 3 enemy. It's like one of the first Kingdom Hearts 3 enemies. But I don't remember it being in Union Cross until now, actually, now that I think about it. Nick, it is a straight waifu game, but that's the point. The game makes fun of itself, and it's pretty funny. That's awesome. My waifu game is truthfully Star Ocean Anamnesis, so I'm just gonna stick to that because I pull a lot in that game. I don't spend any money in that game. I earn enough in-game currency by playing the game, and maybe I'll show y'all a pull later. Truthfully though, in Union Cross, I'm saving my pulls because, as some of you may or may not know, there is a new Kyrie medal coming out. It has been data leaked by Roboloid and Ulti, and you all know I got a pull just on principle. The medal, none of the new medals are actually good. I don't think any of them are particularly fantastic. Like, Sora's a great damage multiplier with the trade-off that it's only 25% of the time, and that's still really good. Like, his base multiplier is like 21, which is like what we're expecting, you know what I mean? Like, these past 5-6 medals have been kind of garbo in terms of their like multiplier and stuff, but Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora has the minimum multiplier that we're expecting, and being able to clock out 27 is a really good value. Honestly, Sora is actually pretty good. The Riku medal is actually, in my opinion, like, I gotta look into these more. I obviously haven't sat down and thought about it, but the Riku medal's not very good. Like, it's got a good multiplier. It's got, you know, decent stats and everything. The trade-off to the Riku medal that makes it really bad is that its special attack is designed for PvP, but its supernova attack is not. Whoa, we just got slapped with a fireball. Okay. Noted. At 50% health, we get smacked by a fireball. Okay, but yeah, the Riku medal isn't so great, just because, like, I would expect its supernova attack to also do 100% damage piercing, but it doesn't. And that's a huge pain. Like, when you look for a PvP medal, you look for that 100% defense boost piercing. I still use Kingdom Hearts Dissidia Leon because he's got 100% defense boost piercing. Even though the medal itself is kind of garbo, like, when you think of defense boost piercing, even Kingdom Hearts 3 Vanitas, which is probably the best PvP medal in the game right now, even that at 50% with the special attack bonus is not nearly as good as its times 100, or not times 100, but like 100% multiplier with its supernova attack. So I'm kind of a little underwhelmed by Riku. I would have expected his supernova attack to also do 100% defense boost piercing, but it's just not there. All right, let's keep up with chat here. Solomon, a self-aware waifu game isn't the worst thing out. It's not. It means that they know. It means that they're listening to their audience and they're just like, just give them the waifus. Just give it to them. Jockbay, it's more like you pull for weapons and it has a good PvP party system. PvP as in you team up with other people to fight other people, or PvP as in 1v1 like in Union Cross? Nick, yeah, self-aware is funny. It sounds hilarious. Solomon, my waifu game is JoJo Gacha game. Truly cultured waifu game only. I didn't even realize there was a JoJo waifu game. Hey, Onion, how's it going? I answered your question in a post that I made, so I'm sorry I didn't answer it last stream, but if you have a different question for me, I'd be super happy to answer it, make it up to you by talking about it over stream. ET, how's it going? Feels good to be back, to be honest. Solomon Kearns, yeah, just not globally. Stardust Shooters and Pitter Patter Pop, they're both JP only games. They're also based both on the anime, not the manga, so you don't need to be ahead on the JoJo manga or anything. Nick, my waifu game is DBZ Dokkan Battle. I feel like everyone's got to have two games. Like, when it comes to mobile games, everyone's got to have one game they try in, and then another game that's just for fun. Alright, so this flame core is getting kind of annoying. So, I think the right path is to just activate all of our supernova attacks. Because if its attack is going to knock us out, we might as well at least get recovery buffing along the way. So let's go ahead and activate our 2-turn buffers, because 2-turn buffers should be fine. I don't want to activate Renova just yet. Okay, yeah, so that attack, like, knocks us out. So then we recovery buff, we got all our stuff back. and then we just run it over here. Onion, yeah, no worries. I saw you answer the question. Yes, I had to. It's just principle, you know. It's good principle. Matthew Gomez, how's it going? Jacques Bay, group versus group exists only. Okay, so you team up with other people. So that's interesting. So it's like squads, per se. It's where you and like your homies can team up and then fight another team of homies. Is what it sounds like. Alright, so what's going on with this Flame Core event? So, strategy building. Wow, it's... Oh boy, how high does this thing get? Now that I think about it, the level of this thing must hit 5,000. Or something like that, at least. But we're still just trucking along. Oh, also, since we're like strategy building today, if anyone has any like particular requests or quests that they want to do or go over, or like certain aspects that you want to go over, just let me know, and then we can certainly talk about it in today's stream. I think... Because honestly, I think I'm just like powerhousing this event. Like, when it comes to strategy, you can recovery buff with its counterattack. But that's all I got. So it's about timing on this one. So for this one, if you're going to use recovery buffing, you can activate all of your 1-turns on the first turn, but you shouldn't activate your Renova until turn 3. If memory serves. Because you'll recovery buff into turn 2, and then everything goes away by turn 3. So you'll have to use your Renova on turn 3. Shane Nexel, is it true we'll be able to buy traits with money next month? You could buy... I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I read a little bit about that, and like that's interesting. Because traits was such a money-heavy thing for them. Truthfully, I think the smarter move in terms of a company perspective would have been to just change it to only cost like 2,000 for free to play. It was interesting though, because people are saying that it means the game is dying because one of the luck-based systems is getting removed, and luck-based systems are mainly for money, mainly because there is money to be earned and they want to access it. So I don't know. Honestly, it's been such a stretch as to how long this game is going to last for. Like, I thought it was, again, I think last time we talked about it, like the game ending, was like last year, late 2019. I said I'd give it till the end of 2020 to announce that it's going away. But here we are. You know, we still got like 4 more months on the clock for that prediction to be true or not. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm interested to see how they plan on continuing the game. Because like once we hear about the foretellers and stuff, you know, like they could make the option to wait until the next installment, like of the game entirely. But then the trade-off is that they also have Dark Road going on, and it's connected. So they can't discontinue Union Cross without discontinuing Dark Road. But Dark Road is inherently side story. It's inherently not particularly important as of right now. Like, it kind of just seemed like something they just went on the fly, and they're just like, yeah, we can just make some stuff about Xehanort. Shane, I mean in-game money. Yes, yeah, like M-U-N-N-Y, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, because like you could spend, like, I literally have, I think, 999 million money, as do a lot of players who have been continuing playing this game. So it's like, does that just mean I could just buy all perfect traits, like, super easily? Does it cost, like, $1 billion money to get one trait? I'm not really sure. Does it look good? No, it doesn't look good. Because, again, it's a luck-based system. Luck-based systems are how they earn their money. And it's just like, are they getting rid of a system to make money because they're going to close the game? And I don't know if that's really, like, a concern, or if it's just like, oh my gosh, we get some of our life back. JT, whenever somebody says that's the new meta, what does that mean? A new broken meta like Nominate? Honestly, the phrase meta is pretty loosely used. It just means the best thing. So when you play card games, or when you play... I guess card games is the best example. Like, when you play card games, the meta typically refers to the best deck in the format. It means like, oh, this is the new staple moving forward. So people, when I hear it being used for Union Cross, I feel like it's slightly inappropriate. Because like every new thing is gonna be better than the last. Otherwise no one would buy it. You know what I mean? So like I don't feel like this is a new meta. I don't. I don't feel like the game has changed so drastically that it's worth calling it a new meta. So, when they say meta, they just mean, like, the best thing right now. Or, like, something has been added that makes it, like, the best thing. Solomon Kearns, well, the older a gacha game is, the more mechanics often get added. And that's... So, I've been calling this, like, I've been using this phrase along with Kingdom Hearts Union Cross a lot, called the Yu-Gi-Oh! Theory, or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Paradox. I don't know. I haven't really figured out what I want the last part to be. But... the whole thing is that as a game develops, they have to keep making new mechanics to keep it feeling fresh. Otherwise, it's the same game that it's been before, and it doesn't attract the older players who have already invested in it. And remember, it's likely that older players are more willing to put in money towards the game, because it's just like they've invested so much into it already that they don't want to like feel like they're not getting a return on their investment. So like they have to do it to attract the older players while at the same time keeping the game just fresh enough for newer people to hop in. But at a certain point, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where things just get so twisted and so convoluted that it's just like, we gotta do something. Like, that's why I heard Yu-Gi-Oh's most recent master rule was, hey, we kind of messed up, and now we're taking back a mechanic that was used to nerf the meta. And it's just like, what? What? So, yeah, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is so impossibly convoluted in terms of its mechanics. Like, if I wasn't following this since day one, I'd be so confused. So... okay, is it LIVEEE? LIVEEE CV? Let me know if that's right. Do I think Dark Road will be shorter? Yeah, I do. Okay, so truthfully, so my opinion on Dark Road is that it was like a salvage system. It was like, Union Cross isn't making us a lot of money. We need money. We need to get it from somewhere. Especially if they want to keep Union Cross alive. They have to keep Union Cross alive until the game finishes, until the story's done. So they need to have money because there's still people on the opposite side of the screen that need to make stuff, they need to translate stuff, they need to like add these texts, they need to program things. So they still need to get paid. And because of that, Union Cross to an extent has to be profitable. Now, I remember last year, Union Cross was like the second worst performing game for Square Enix. I think the worst was Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and that game shut down. So, like, Union Cross is probably, like, on its last legs financially. So what they did is that they created Dark Road, and they made the pulling system for it garbage. Like, complete garbage. Like, there's no mercies, there's no guarantee, like, there's very little guarantee in this game. The only way you can have guarantee in Kingdom Hearts Dark Road is if you've pulled like hundreds of dollars worth to just have every single medal you get be shot points. And that's the only mercy that this game has, or Dark Road has, is going to be shot points. So to get there, you just have to pull a ridiculous amount of times. So what I'm thinking is that people are pulling. There's honestly people right now where all their pulls are just shot points. So they're raking that money in as like a salvage to get some extra money, you know, just get some extra cash to keep funding the game. And then, like, once they're like, all right, we've broken even, the story's ended, let's shut it down. That would be my thought on it. All right, we got to catch up. We got to catch up in chat. Talking about the meta again. Okay, Presley, is the new Sora medal any good? It is good. It is a okay. Let me give you a sneak peek of what my review on the Sora banner would be. So, if we go to here, wait, we gotta open the Sora deal too, because we gotta look at everything. That's why I wait until everything's out before I do a review on something, because it's like, if there's some condition of the pulling that makes it fantastic, like let's just say a medal comes in 3 pulls versus 5 pulls, that's like a huge game changer for me. Like, getting a Mercy in 3 pulls is way better than getting in 5 pulls, and that could honestly steer my advice on whether or not I think people should pull. So I usually wait till everything's out. Obviously it came out today, so let's go ahead and take a look at the deal. So until August 16th, so 2 weeks to decide, really 15 days I think. Yeah, 15 days to decide. And let's take a look at the homie here. So first of all, it's the Remind. So they're starting to make the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind artwork kick in. So we've got Remind Sora here, definitely with all the shading that came with Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. Alright, so looking at Sora, he's got a maximum strength of 49,303, so we're actually 300 strength points above the previous set of medals. So remember that San Francisco Sora had a strength of 49,011, and that was pretty much all of the medals in that like chunk of medals. So now we have medals that are 49,303. So looking at the special attack for 6 gauges, so it's hefty. It's really hefty. You're gonna want an attack boost max with SP Gauge 1 or SP Gauge 0 on this, which is kind of funny because last month's Coliseum Reward and this month's Coliseum Reward are attack boost max with SP Gauge 1, and this month is 0. But anyways, for 6 gauges, it's chunky. I really wouldn't recommend putting a regular attack boost max on this, because odds are you're going to want extra attack on this thing. So remember, attack boost max gauge 0 guarantees that as long as you have the initial gauge cost, you are guaranteed the extra attack, because it will consume no gauges. So remember that for these high gauge cost medals and with the SP skills, you have to have the gauges to activate it, but then activating the skill does not cost the gauges. So for example, if you had 7 gauges going into this medal, and then you had like SP Gauge 1, you can still activate it and it will only decrease your gauges by 1. Now, if you had 2 gauges and then you went into this medal, you wouldn't be able to activate its special effect. So the thing about SP Gauge 1, SP Gauge 0, SP Gauge 2 skills is that you have to be able to pay the initial cost, and then after activation, the game alters how much you paid. So yeah, quick little tutorial on that. Gauge 6, again, extra attack, you're going to want it, and likely you're going to want attack boost 13 max, SP Gauge 1, attack boost 12 max, SP Gauge 0, something like that on this. Hits all targets does 3 hits, which is a respectable amount of hits, but it has count plus minus 0, which is another reason you want extra attack on this, because it doesn't affect count, so it doesn't matter if you activate it again, it's not going to change the count. 3 hits, pretty quick, decent amount. Really, we're looking for either 1 hit or 5 to 6 hits that affect count. Usually those are like the sweet spots for number of hits. Then for 2 turns, so we're back to 2 turn buffers, so it's going to give speed medal strength plus 4,500. Now remember that the medals right now, the most recent set of medals, gave just a lump sum 8,000. Now with Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, it's going to be 4,500 one turn, next turn it's going to be 9,000. So on the second turn, it's actually a little bit stronger, but going back to this 2-turn buffer format may not be as beneficial as people think, because for things like PvE Coliseum, you're gonna want all of that strength front-loaded, meaning you want it all on 1 turn, rather than something like Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora that requires you to have 2 turns to get to that maximum value. So already kind of a downer with this one. It looks like we're going back to the 2-turn buffers, but they made them a little bit stronger than the last set of 2-turn buffers, which were like metal strength plus 3,000. Let's see, it is self-buffing, so gives general, upright, and speed strength 15, and then it gives minus 15 general defense, upright defense, and speed defense, so again, self-buffing. The cap as of right now for buffs is going to be 15, so it's perfect. Special attack bonus plus 220%, irrelevant because, again, we rely on supernova attacks to give us plus 300 or 320%. Count plus minus 0, really neat effect. Again, I'm a big fan of count plus minus 0 because it guarantees you can activate that medal, not worry about the count going down. It's less management that you have to do. It doesn't really work for recovery buffing for that reason, but considering that it's like, on average, you don't care about the count. On average, you want to have count plus minus 0. Recovery buffing is really like a last-ditch effort when you're just trying to trick your way into winning a mission. And then here's the trade-off. Critical hit chance 25%. Now, this is one of the things that makes Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora so good. So when you look at the base multiplier, so let me actually pull up a calculator because I don't want to give you the wrong math. All right, so at minimum, like the critical chance doesn't go off. We're looking at 75% of the time. This medal has a multiplier of 21.9, and that is already better. That is significantly better than the past set of medals. Now remember that Xemnas B and San Francisco Sora, they had a multiplier on the low end of like 19.5. Now we're looking at Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora that has, at minimum, for all targets, doesn't matter how many are left, doesn't matter how much HP you have, it's going to be hitting for a 21.9 multiplier. And that's really high. For consistency purposes, that's really high. Now, on the high end, 25% of the time, you are looking at, let's see, you're looking at a 27.4 multiplier. Remember, one of the most broken things about Dark Riku is that 25 multiplier. Now we've got a 27 multiplier that's minimum 21. It's a good medal in terms of damage. Can this be your new staple? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're slacking in upright speed, this can be a good staple for you. However, the trade-off, let's go ahead and talk about the Supernova, and we'll talk about the trade-off of this medal. So Supernova hits all targets, mastery, standard stuff. For 1 turn speed medal strength plus 12,000. So we're looking at plus 10,000 more. Plus 10,000, plus 2,000 more than the last set of medals. It is a self-buffing supernova attack. And remember, one of my criticisms about San Francisco Sora and Xemnas B is that their supernova attacks were not self-buffing, and they triggered before slot 1 in PvP. Remember that triggering slot 1 before PvP only works if you're somehow buffed first. So for example, let's say we're looking at Kingdom Hearts 3 Naminé and Kingdom Hearts 3 San Francisco Sora. So you activate Naminé Supernova attack because that's just how order works. So Naminé goes first, and then San Francisco Sora goes next, but San Francisco Sora has no buffs. In this case, with Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, even though Naminé is not going to give any buffs, Sora will take care of himself. His Supernova attack at the beginning of PvP will do the maximum amount of damage. So that's always a good thing to be self-buffing on the Supernova attack. Remember that means it's also Supernova strength on demand. And that is very important for when it comes to things like Barrier Masters or certain quests where you get knocked out or hit with an ailment. So for example, in the Keyblade War, when you fight Gula on the 3rd hit, he will debuff you. And having Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, you can just proc the Supernova and you're back to speed. So it's always good to have self-buffing on the Supernova attack. Special attack bonus plus 320%, which is, again, our new standard for when it comes to Supernova attacks. That's why we don't care about the special attack bonus plus 220% from the special attack, and triggers before slot 1. Now, the big trade-off to Sora is that he is a good speed staple. He's a good upright speed staple. He doesn't do anything outside of PvE. And that's why I still like Tifa, because Tifa is still good in PvP. Does Sora hit harder? Absolutely. There's no question about it. But it also costs 3 gauges more than Tifa. It doesn't work for PvP. It only works for PvE. So realistically, the only people that should be pulling for this are people who are struggling with content and people who are struggling with upright speed. So for example, if your best upright speed medal is like the free Dylan that they're offering right now, maybe Sora's worth it. But for right now, I'm super content with my Tifa. Not going to complain. So I likely won't be pulling for Sora. I'll likely be pulling for sure, the Kairi. We gotta pull for the Kairi. Like, they're gonna make it a 10-pull Mercy because they know I'm already declaring my shot on it. So they're gonna be like, oh gosh, Nexo's gonna pull. Like, alright, that's already, like, guaranteed 30,000 jewels if we make this a 10-pull Mercy. Let's do it. That's exactly, I feel like Square's watching this and just like, let's see. So that's the preview for Sora. Is it a good medal? Yes. Should you pull for it? It depends. Do you need a new upright speed medal? Are you passing the content? So Sora, Kingdom Hearts Sora is a staple medal. And I'm going to make a big video on this later, but the whole point of staple medals is to pass content. So realistically, your indicator, if you need new staple medals, is going to be this number right here. Progress 49%. If this is anything below like 80%, you likely need an upgrade. All right. So that was my super quick banner analysis. That's like the thought process I go through, and then I go back, I edit it, I make sure it sounds super nice. Okay, where do we leave off at? We left off at the Sora. Where's the Sora? Solomon. However, meta is also an acronym meaning most effective tactic available. Is that really what it means? Is it supposed to be an acronym? Was I using it wrong this whole time? Huh. I didn't know that. Shane, I plan on pulling for Riku in the new Kairi. I just joined the game a month ago and I got 52,000 jewels. Go get them. Is that a good idea? Keep in mind, I've gone far in the 1 month. Okay, so all of the new medals are just staple medals. And remember, though, like, I didn't make the video on it yet, but it's going to be part of that video. That really, you need staples for this progress. That's what you need it for. So if you're not passing this progress bar, if you're not above 80-90% on this progress bar, you are either likely, one, like me, and you just haven't done it yet, or two, you really need an upgrade. So the only time you should be considering an upgrade is if, one, the medal is just redonkulously good. Like, I still think Tifa is a fantastic medal because I can use her for PvE and PvP. I'm dual covered with one medal. But in this case, Sora really only has PvE utility, so I'd use him, or I'd pull for him if I was struggling with this progress bar, and if my PvE score was not doing super well. PvE just comes in time. Like, as you stack more medals, you will get better at PvE. It's, like, guaranteed. Would I pull for Sora strictly for PvE Coliseum? No. No. Because PvE Coliseum has, like, no jewel reward. And again, you just get better inherently over time. So because of that reason, I would say pulling for PvE is more like whale territory. Because there's always going to be a whale that's going to... There's probably one that already has like 5 copies of Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, truthfully. So if your progress bar is not doing well, and the reason it's not doing well is because you're lacking in upright speed, the Sora is probably worth it, truthfully. Same with the Riku and the Kairi. They're really just like damage medals. Like, I looked at the stats and stuff. Unfortunately, Kairi is the most underwhelming out of all of them, which is really sad because you all know I have to pull for Kairi. It's just principle. We just gotta do it. It's like within our soul that we have to do it. But the Kairi medal's not good because it's like a buffer that costs 6 gauges. Like, it's kind of redundant. Personally, like, I think it should have been 0 gauges, restores 10 gauges rather than 5. Like, I don't know, that Kairi could have gone far. It's like how they've treated Kairi in all of Kingdom Hearts. Kairi could have gone far, but she didn't. So Shane, if I were you, I would assess what medals you have and then decide if you want to pull. Remember that you can always do the math. The math is always available to you. So let me go ahead and show you. I think I made... I don't know if I still have it. I made like a damage comparison. Damage comparison. I think I used it in the last video, the San Francisco video. Let's see. I think I might have removed it already. But pretty much what you can do is you can take the metal strength, you can take its multiplier, and its tier, you multiply all that together, and then you compare it to the new metal. So you just do that, and then what you do is you take the value from the new metal, put it on top of, so you divide it by the value of the old metal, and that gives you, like, the percent increase. So for example, if that number ends up being 1.6, that means the new metal does 60% more damage than your previous one. So you can always crank out the math, go into the enemy, say like, okay, the enemy's got 1,000,000 bars of health. And with my current stuff, I was able to take it down to about, like, 500,000. Yeah, like 500,000 bars of health. So then you just see if that difference makes up for it. Like, there's a lot of math that you can do to make sure that the staple is going to be worth your investment. So if you're real hardcore about it, you can do that. But realistically, if you're just not passing the progress bar, like if you're not passing the content, you likely should be pulling. But always, 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 unless it's a heal buffer or a copy medal, try and stay above 17,000 jewels. That's always a good reference point. Let's see. Solomon, metagaming is actually a term that applies to tactics outside the realm of the rules of the game itself. It's an interesting field of study, but unrelated to the way we commonly use the term meta generally. I know that it means something in, like, drama literature, where I think meta means, like, you're speaking outside of the elements of the play. I don't know. I took, like, drama lit, like, 10 years ago. Little Onion that could. Hopefully they add mercies down the line. Yeah, for Dark Road, man, they need to. In order for free-to-play dummies like me to have fun, like, there needs to be some form of, like, guarantee. Otherwise, we're literally just pulling blindly. You could be pulling from the new banner that has Terra, Ventus, and Aqua in it, and not get any of them. You could end up still having, like, all the garbagey medals that the game, or the garbagey cards that the game came out with. Matthew, I'm gonna go dark for a while. Just finished farming 1,000 fluttering, and now you've got 1,000 Ifrit. See, that's another thing I just can't support for Dark Road. It's just like, you're just farming. Like, it just feels unrewarding, you know? Like, you just keep farming, and you keep farming some more, and then you do it some more. Like, I'd like some variation. Let's see. Shane, Little Onion, that could in the chat. Where the heck you been at lately? What? Have you not been making videos? I've been super lazy this week with uploading, but I'm editing a video as we speak. Nice, nice. Everyone go check out Onion's video once it's done. Hugo. Hi, Nexel. How do you calculate the multiplier? Oh, yeah. So this is another thing I disagree very, very, like, strongly with the game. So in the notice, they give you the multiplier as, like, this crankety number here. You know, and the way that you calculate this number is that you take the tier of the medal times its base multiplier. So, for example, since this is a tier 10 medal, it inherently has a special attack bonus of 420%. So then you take these numbers, divide them by 4.2, and that gives you the base multiplier. Now, I don't know why they did it like this. Whenever you look at a medal, it shows you it like this. So I just think it's, like, silly. I think people should just, and maybe this is a mean thing to say, either they should change this and get rid of tiers, or they keep the tiers, have people memorize a special attack bonus, and then keep the multiplier like this. Like, I just think it's so redundant to word it like that. It makes it sound so confusing. Like, I could see some people pulling for the medal and being like, but wait, it said the damage multiplier was like 91, but it's like, hold your horses, buddy. It was after they applied the tier. So that's how you get the multiplier. You get this, you multiply by this. And remember the way that math works, this says 320%, but when you do the math calculation, it's really times 4.2, because you have to factor in for the fact that the medal has damage inherently. It has 100% damage normally. The special attack bonus is extra. So to get the multiplier for this, it would be like, on the low end, 18.6 times 4.2 times the strength, and that's the number that I'm talking about. Let's see. Adrian, yo, what's going on? How you been? Presley thinks probably gonna pull for Kyrie. I'm gonna pull for Kyrie. I gotta pull for Kyrie. That's just how I am. Y'all know me. I gotta do it. When it comes to pulling, the only regret that I have is that I don't have every version of Aqua, which makes me very, very sad. I missed out on Toon Aqua, even though I did pull from the banner, I think, like, 8 times, and then I got, like, Toon Mickey 4 of those times. And I'm just like, why couldn't I just get one Aqua? I just wanted one. I'm not asking for a lot. So, unfortunately, we're missing out on Toon Aqua, but our Kyrie is 100%. We got Kyrie B, we got Kyrie A, we got Kyrie XYZ, so we're good on the Kyrie medals. Let's see. SGS Reaper, if you have the new Terranord, is it really worth spending any jewels on the Kyrie? No, the Kyrie's not worth spending jewels on in general. Like, okay, so there's 2 reasons I'm pulling for Kyrie. 1, principle. Because remember, it's just a game. Like, have fun with it. If they announce the game is shutting down, I'd be sad, because I, like, invested a lot of time into it. It's literally the foundation of my channel. I'd be sad, but at the same time, I'd be like, you know what? If I had fun, like, forget how much money I spent on it. I had a good time, you know? So I'm going to pull for the Kyrie because of principle, because I want to. and like it's a game. You should be able to pull for the units that you want to. That's my personal take on number 1. Number 2 is because my upright magic is kind of suffering right now. So I know Kyrie doesn't do any sort of PvP damage or anything crazy like that, but she will be replacing my Elsa, which is currently my strongest upright magic, which, considering that she's like pretty underpowered at this point in terms of the multiplier, in terms of the strength value, she's pretty underpowered. She's still good. I still pass content with her, but I could use an upright magic upgrade. So I will likely be pulling for the Kyrie for those 2 reasons. 1, because I want to, and 2, because it's going to be my new upright magic staple. Solomon. Yeah, the term meta when used in writing means literature that talks about writing or the literature itself. Dude, meta is like crazy. I need to watch a class on what the word meta is. Let's see. JT, is it possible to have 2 Kingdom Hearts Union cross accounts? Yeah. Just create 2 Facebook accounts. That's it. I have one on this phone. I have one on another phone. And then I have a third one in JP on this phone as well. But I haven't played the JP one in a long time. Not since like Xion EX. But yeah, I have 2 different phones because I'm too lazy. But truthfully, you could just sign into 2 different Facebook accounts and you're good. That's enough. Sword Neckful. Yo, you're late to the stream? Not a problem. Not a problem. We are still live. We are still live. Matthew, next, I absolutely agree. The one nice thing about it is that I can farm in the background and then do other things, like help my boys get past difficult parts in Mario Odyssey. Yo, I heard that game is dope, though. Like, I was a big fan of Mario 64. I didn't like Mario Galaxy as much, but I heard Odyssey is very like Mario 64. So, it's nice to have it running in the background, but you gotta be like a certain level of strength anyways. Like, you either have to level up in your sleep or things like that in order to like be at a meaningful level, or you have to spend money. It's one of the 2. And quite frankly, I think both of them are kind of dumb. Like, having to leave your phone on overnight to get good at a game because you're not playing it almost sounds like anti-game. You know what I mean? The whole point of a game is that you're playing it. But I feel like at that point, the game's playing itself. You're just there with the screen time being on, burning your battery. So, I don't know. I still don't like Dark Road particularly. I think the story is interesting. I mean, there's only been 1 chapter, but I think the story is interesting. Do I think the gameplay is fantastic? It could be better. Could be better. The content could be... I guess what I mean to say, the content could be more meaningful rather than just farming. And truthfully, if you ask me to brainstorm away, I'd have to really sit down and think about it. But, like, right now, it's just kind of like... Am I really having fun? Am I really? So, we'll play some Dark Road later. No worries, y'all. Alright, where are we on this list of stuff we're supposed to do today? So, we cleared the Flame Core event. General strategy for those who are just joining right now for the Flame Core event, you get knocked out at 50% when it drops to below 50% health. So what that means is likely on turn 1 or turn 2, you got to plan it based on how much damage you can do. But you should plan to use recovery buffing with its counterattack. So if it starts with like 500,000 bars of strength, once it hits 250,000 bars, then it's going to counterattack you. The counterattack is super strong, so you'll likely get knocked out, but that gives you room to use recovery buffing. So it's a little bit of timing. You kind of have to figure out some of the details on yourself, and if you have any questions, I should be able to be back in my Discord shortly. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask there. All right, where did we leave off at? So let's do the Keyblade challenge. How many missions is this? Ah, it's 1 for every single Keyblade, isn't it? Oh, nutty fudgekins. All right, here we go. So the Keyblade challenge is an interesting set of challenges. And it's actually even more interesting because all the enemies are only level 500. So the way this sounds to me is that it's a freebie of an event. Alright, so the Ribbit Toad, you're locked to the Starlight, that's fine. This Nimble Nocturnal resets your boost and poisons you. So that's where Naminé comes in with this 40% poison resist, which is always really good. The count above it gets smaller with every hit, so it's a blue counter and it counterattacks at 0. So truthfully, I'm not super concerned about these. I mean, the best way to get around a level 500 enemy is just use a copy medal to copy your buffer, and that should be enough damage. But let's go ahead, take care of this Ribbitoad here. JT, do I think Kingdom Hearts Dark Road will gradually improve its gameplay in the future, like how supernovas were introduced? First of all, what? Oh, it's got the different difficulties. Ah, we should have been paying more attention. Okay. But do I think its gameplay will improve? That's hard to say, because it's already built a foundation, and it's almost like a waste of time to rip that foundation apart to build something new. Like, if they wanted to build it new, they should have done it already. You know, they should have done it on the early stages of the game, not like in this weird little midpoint we're at right now. Okay, so we're gonna need to activate a supernova attack here. Okay, so for my advice for the Keyblade challenge is that if you can't beat it, don't spend jewels to beat it. It's not worth it. You will get stronger in time. I promise it comes in due time. Let's activate Dark Riku, because that's going to give us a 2-turn buffer, and I think that's actually enough damage to win. Because remember, a lot of things last the 2 turns. So number 1, the plus 6,000 speed metal strength lasts 2 turns, and number 2, its supernova, or I'm sorry, its special attack bonus plus 320% lasts for 2 turns, which is good. That's one thing I like about 2-turn buffers, is that the special attack bonus lasts for 2 turns. I hope this is still turn 2. Okay, cool. Because then we still get second chance. We get 1 more revival, and then we're good to go. Shirai Ame, is PSM gems getting mostly locked behind paywalls other than the odd weekly things? I think, honestly, it's pretty easy to get those gems. There's so many different ways to get them right now, because, like, I think the way the game saw it is like, okay, we got to somehow reward the veterans who have been here and also make it easy for the new people. So what they did is that they made it past level 35 on the Keyblade. Your multiplier goes up super, super small in terms of increments. So it's like, all right, let's just get everyone to level 35 and then just let them run along. You know, as long as you have enough gems to get to level 35, you're in a good spot. Even if you only have enough gems to get to level 25 on all your Keyblades, that's still a good spot to be in. So the game was just like, all right, we got to just let them, like, be at this minimum competency, and then we can let them do whatever. So there's a lot of ways. The high score challenge has it. You can get it in PvP Weekly. You can get it in... Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to have the tolerance to go through all of these Keyblades. But there's so many different ways to get gems. Just keep slowly, progressively, just keep stacking them. Because at some point, you're going to end up with so many gems, you truthfully don't know what to do with it. Is it worth going above level 35? Yeah. Keyblade multipliers are one of the most important aspects of this game, because that is lasting strength. So as metals get better, as mechanics get better, they're not going to change the Keyblades. The way they can nerf the Keyblade is by releasing a better Keyblade. So for example, Treasure Trove got replaced by Fenrir. So that kind of like idea. However, like, this 8.096 multiplier is still an 8.069 multiplier, even if they release like tier 15s. So leveling up your Keyblade is super worth it. I would, at minimum, have everything at level 25, then everything at level 35, and then you can decide what to put your gems towards. But I wouldn't start leveling above level 35 until everything else is 35. Alright, this is an armored adversary that has an ability that can paralyze me. Well, we don't like that, so let's do this. Our upright staple is Cloud. And then, how do we want to go about this? We could just put this here. That's like an easy way of doing it. We could do like, this should be fine. Yeah, this should be alright. Shirai Ame, took my Fenrir to level 43. So, yeah, if you've done that already, you know, there's no turning back. You know, you can't get the gems back anyways. So, just try and get everything to level 35, because sometimes you get restricted. Sometimes it's like, you have to use this Keyblade, and if that's the one you kept at level 0, but everything else is level, like, 40, it doesn't matter. You're not going to pass that content. So try and get everything to level 35. That's like the base minimum, in my opinion. All right, let's activate Nominate. I should really have a Renova medal. Honestly, I don't have... One of the most annoying things is I don't have a copy of Renova Terra, which is like... I at least want one copy of every single Renova, minus TVA. There's no way I'm going to, like, spend the amount of money TVA required. Alright, so remember that... Which Supernova did we activate? Did we activate a Supernova? Oh, we activated the Nominate. Yeah. Okay. So, we've got our 2-turn buffer, and remember, that means a plus 320 special attack bonus for 2 turns, which is always good. And again, this is one of those missions where it's like you winning comes in due time as you stack more medals. Like new players, I would imagine would be struggling with that level 4000 enemy. It's pretty hefty. Says the guy who has Bad Guy Breaker at level 1. Yo, I like to challenge myself, okay? I cannot deny that my Bad Guy Breaker is actually at level 0, but we like to challenge ourselves. And also, we've been too lazy to record us getting into level 35. So that, I will truthfully admit, is my bad. But I'm gonna cloud it under the cloak of we like challenges. Because we do. You know, we like when this game is like... It's at the right balance between... Like, you have to be smart, and then you have to have the right amount of medals. Like, whenever it's like you need better medals kind of thing, and that's like mandatory, that's when it kind of gets dicey for me. But like, I like being creative about my setups. Alright, this looks like a solid speed setup for us to use. So yeah, for this mission, if you can't beat it, don't like completely stress out about it. It's not worth it. It's not, again, if you have to spend jewels to earn jewels, or even gems, like you have to make sure it's a long-term investment, something you're going to be using for a long time, rather than like, oh, you know, like I can use it for this mission and beat it, but it might not help me with the next one. How many gems do I have saved up? We'll take a look. Once we get out of this mission, we'll take a look. Yeah, I could write strategies all day about this. I don't think the Possessor's counterattack is powerful enough to knock you out, but I do think it also poisons you. So, poison resist is pretty good with the Possessor. This is really just like a marathon event where you get it or you don't. If you don't, you move on. If you do, that's cool. But don't stress out for one gem. Don't be like, alright, I can't beat this level 4000 enemy for the life of me. Don't worry, it's just one gem. It's one gem that you can easily get from somewhere else, pretty much doing significantly less work. But let's see, if this doesn't knock it out, we'll find out if recovery buffing works. Just kidding, it knocked it out. Alright, let's go ahead and activate one Supernova here. Let's activate Lingering Will, because it lasts for 2 turns. But yeah, this mission is just going to be... Man, you guys can really tell I'm tired. Like, I'm looking at my eyes, and I'm just like... I look like a raccoon. Oh my goodness. Whew. Look at that. That's why heal buffers are so good. They're just inherently strong because they just buff themselves. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how many gems that we have. Man, we didn't even get through like half the stuff that we wanted to today. I'm already getting kind of tired. Because I was awake like... How long have I been awake for? I've been awake for 17... No, more than that. No, wait. Hang on. Yeah, I've been awake for about like 17, 18 hours. So I'm kind of tired. Sir Neckful, do I think the new Kyrie medal is worth the pulling? For me, it is. Because it's a Kyrie medal and you know I gotta get it. But, is it worth getting? If you need a new upright magic staple, yes, it's pretty good. It's like, it not just buffs you, but it buffs all the other medals. It gives upright power, speed, magic. I don't know if it gives reverse, but it self-buffs all of those, which is really good. It costs 6 gauges, which is good because I can already see it coming. They're going to release a slew of missions where it's just like your one condition is that you can only activate medals that cost 6 gauges or higher. And it's going to be like, oh, well, you can either use a copy medal plus nominee, or you can use Kyrie alone. Truthfully, do I think it's a good medal? No. Does it fit special niches? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to get Kyrie because I have to get all the Kyrie medals. It's just standard protocol for us to get all the Kyrie medals. Let's see. PDOG plays. Do I think of the new Sora medal? I think it's a good medal. Honestly, if I had to say, Sora is the best medal over... Kyrie's the best medal overall as a package. In terms of what's the best staple, Sora. Sora easily. That literally a 21.9 multiplier at minimum is already stronger than a lot of the stuff that's already out. Not only that, but 25% of the time, you're hitting a 27 multiplier, and that's just ridiculous. That's just absolutely bananas. It is a 2-turn buffer, meaning that it doesn't reach its full potential until turn 2, but it's still a really, really strong speed medal. Truthfully, if I was suffering in terms of upright speed, I'd probably pull for it. It's a really good medal. But it only has PvE utility. That's the other thing. It only has PvE utility. I like when my medals work well for PvE and PvP, especially if I'm going to spend the equivalent of $100 worth of jewels on it. Like, I want to make sure it's worth my investment. Onion boy, go to bed. I'm so tired. But, like, I really wanted to stream today, like, after I finished my test and everything, so... yeah, I just really wanted to stream. It's so good to catch up with y'all. It makes the fact that exam was super hard. Like, it was a really hard test. Truthfully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it went well. But yeah, I just really wanted to stream and catch up with everyone here. Oh, so we were gonna see how many gems I had. So let's just clear this out of the way because we don't like to just kind of look at them. So let's go here. Let's go. Oh, wait, no. Moogle Shop's where we wanted to be. That's how many gems I have. Have I needed them? Outside of PvP, PvE? Nah. Nah. That's why they're still here. Could I level up? I think I could actually level up 6 Keyblades to level 50 with these resources. But I just don't because don't really feel like it, honestly. Could I be ranking higher in PvE? Yeah. Could I be ranking higher in PvP? Probably. Do I really care? I'm doing pretty okay, you know? Like, do I advise this? No. No. So the whole story behind me stockpiling all of these gems is because I was like, oh man, what if they release like a new Keyblade? I'm gonna need gems to level it up, and it just slowly just stacked into this monstrous amount of gems that nobody needs this many gems for, like, stockpiling. Like, put them into your Keyblades. It's so much more worth it. The reason I don't do it is, one, if all my Keyblades are level 50, it's gonna be hard for me to make strategy guides for people. That's a little different now that subslot manipulation is a thing. But I wanted to be as relatable as possible, so I didn't use the gems to level up my Keyblades. Again, that's a little different now because of the subslot, so maybe I'll consider it. I really always wanted to make my counterpoint level 50 just because it's my favorite Keyblade. But yeah, that's number one. Number two is because I have bad hoarders syndrome. I don't know if it's a real thing, but it's the kind of thing where it's like, if we don't need to use it, we can save it for a time when we might need to. I'm the dude in Final Fantasy that doesn't use a single elixir, even on the final boss, because there might be something post-game where I'm just like, I needed these elixirs for this very moment, but it's never like, I just never use them in the end. So, I'm bad at hoarding when it comes to RPGs or life. Let's see. So Neckful, you're at 80k plus jewels right now. Oh, that reminds me, we've got to do something. Let's clear the quest first though, because I like all my screenshots to be like together. So let me go ahead and let's clear out these time crunching Keyblade challenges. So where are we at right now? Holy guacamole, we're only at 3 wishes. Okay. Luckily, so here's another thing on how I build my setups. So number one is the Keyblade setup I use when I can use a shared friend medal. And odds are, like, because I can use a shared friend medal, there's likely a copy medal in the final slot. Number 2 is my miscellaneous one. It's the one I manipulate for things like quests that have, like, you can only use medals that cost 3 gauges or higher, things like that. So I reserve slot number 2 to be the one that I manipulate consistently. Change medals, put things in, change it for requirements, things like that. Number 3 is generally the one that I use when I can't use a friend medal. So usually this is not a copy medal. Because remember, copy medals, forward copy medals at least, if there's nothing in front of them, they don't copy anything. It does this really dinky move where it just hits you on the head with a star. So that's usually how my setups work out. This time, maybe it's just because I don't use 3 wishes that much, but that's how I usually plan them out. Shirai Ame, I have garbage speed medals other than Dark Riku, so you might pull for Sora. What's your upright looking like? Because Dark Riku's a reverse medal, and while it's still usually good because it'll pass your reverse content, like, you want to make sure you're passing stuff. Oh, hang on just a sec. My phone went off. Gotta take a look at it. Okay, we're back. I broke, like, the cardinal phone rule, and it died. And I hate when my phone dies. Because, like, the whole point of a cell phone is to be able to be contacted in, like, an emergency, you know what I mean? And if there's no battery in it, like, what was the point? So, let me go ahead and plug this in. There we go. Okay. So phone's charging, we're good there. Let's see. Sword Neck Full. Sun and Moon Gems are hard to grind. You technically can't grind Sun and Moon Gems. You have to earn them somehow. Let's see. Nice game chair. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. So a buddy of mine had a friend who was getting rid of his gaming chair for a new one. And so the buddy asked all of his friends, like, does anyone want this free chair? And so, like, my friend gave me the hookup because he knew I needed a new chair because I was sitting out on, like, metal foldy chairs, like, literally the entirety of my month of July. So he's just like, yeah, we need to not have you be sitting on a foldy chair. So props to my homie that hooked me up with the chair. It's super comfy. Honestly, I could sleep on this thing. Like, I don't know if y'all realize how far these things can tilt back, but they can straight go like 180, like flat. You can literally lie down on it. It's crazy. Crazy. All right, let's see. Is this enough? See, this is where, like, I guess these Keyblade challenges are a good assessment for your setups. Because this is testing my magic setup, and it's taking me all the way to turn 3, it looks like. So that's like a good indicator that my magic might need an upgrade. Yeah, see, the previous ones, I was able to take out the level 4000 boss within 2 turns. So it's like, alright, my magic is getting kind of weak. So let's go ahead, likely pull for the Kyrie, just make up for the damage, and then we're good. Shirai Ame, my best upright speed medal is KR23, but it feels weak. KR23 is a really good medal. because it always hits for weakness. That's always a good thing to have, especially if you're like newer or you're starting off or you don't want to spend a lot of jewels. Like being able to hit for weakness and then making that your PvE medal is really good because it's like a lot of versatility. Like it saves you from needing to spend on a power and a speed and a magic medal. Like you get all of it rolled into one with the trade-off that you just got to be able to buff speed. So yeah, KR23 is a good medal. It's got a really decent multiplier. I believe it's 21.2. So I still think it's a good medal. Would I replace it with Sora? No. I think it's good enough on its own. But that's just my take on it. If you're struggling with content, you want that extra speed because you feel like you really want to capitalize on your speed damage, go for it. Go for it. Neckful, gamers need a comfy game chair. Yeah, so he was super excited to give me this. I was super excited to get it from him, and yeah, I've been really grateful. All right, looks like we're equipping the Olympia. We're fighting an Apricot Opera. So remember that these absorb speed-based damage, lowers your upright and reverse strength. So see, this is the good thing about heal buffers with extra attack is because they likely cover all of the buffs and debuffs you need, even if you get debuffed into the negatives. So because Nominate gives plus 15 upright reverse power speed magic, with extra attack that's technically like plus 30. So even if the enemy like debuffed me to like minus 30 or minus 15, I should still be good. Shirai Ame, if you want to share your setup in the Discord and we can kind of help you out, just like definitely hop in there and give us a heads up what's going on. PTCGO plays. Basically, all I need is a reverse power medal, a reverse speed medal, and a full roster of magic. Are you saying that your magic setup is weak? Because honestly, Kyrie might be your best bet. Kyrie's a really... Ooh, wait a minute. I should have thought this one through. It absorbs speed damage. Oops. But yeah, Kyrie could be like a blessing in disguise. Because what you would need is Kyrie, and then you need a copy medal. And that's already, like, technically 2 tier 10 medals. That's getting the Kyrie effect twice. Which is really good. Really strong. Alright. So. Oh, hey, look. We already had one set up. Very nice. I thought about myself in the future. I like it. Alright, let's do this. Because we can't use speed. Let's go here. Let's go auto. Let's activate a 2-turn buffer. And let's just punch this homie. Alright. Shirai Ame, it'll probably be better once I get my Sleeping Lion to level 35. I'm just low on Sun Gems. Just keep cranking out the missions. If you haven't done it, Proud Mode has a lot of built-in Sun Gems. Ooh, can you use recovery buffing? I think next turn... it depends on if it's counterattack strong. I forgot if the Apricot's power is strong. We'll find out. Goodness. Alright, let's see its counterattack. Oh, it's strong. It is indeedly strong. Alright, well this is my last turn, so I'm going to activate Supernovas until this thing is knocked out. So let's see if we can do it without. I think we're good. Yeah, we should be fine. The Sephiroth should be able to take out the damage. Shink. Nice. So for that one, count mattered. Like, the good thing about the Keyblade challenge is that it literally rolls in a lot of the different mechanics of the game and makes you figure it out. Like, reflecting is in here, HP absorption is in here, it's different attributes. So the Keyblade, I really like the Keyblade challenges because it's like an assessment. It's an assessment to see how well you're doing in terms of like certain attributes, how well you understand the game mechanics, do you understand how count works, do you understand how reflection works, do you understand how debuffing works. So I like these Keyblade challenges for that reason. It lets you know where you're slacking. Let's see. PTCGO plays. I don't even have Kyrie. Which Kyrie? If you're new, you should definitely have Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie A. Like, no question about it. Unless you have Nominee already. Snorneckful, is the Kyrie banner out? No, it is not. Trust me, I would know if it was out. I would have been on that like mud on a pig. Luigi, yo, what's going on? Kind of joining late today. You're usually like one of the first ones here. Alright, so how do we want to do this? Ah, there is a significantly better way to do this. Let's actually put this one here. Lo and behold, the copy medal comes through. And bam, there we go. We are effectively at an all... wait a minute. Something's not right about this. Let's see. What to do about you. Because there are no backwards copy tier 10 upright magic. I think the best we got in terms of that is key art beginning. Goodness. Yep. Gosh, this is why Divine Rose is such an awkward setup, because it's like they gotta have unusual copy medals for this to work. Like, I think if the Marionette was here, that would work. But I don't know. This one's a little difficult to plan around. But I think this setup should be fine. Since we're not caring about that second multiplier, let's go ahead and just put Luxord there. There we go. That way, at least it's like an all-speed setup. PTCGO plays, definitely get the Kyrie. Definitely consider getting the Kyrie. I've got Kyrie A, that's it. That's a good starting spot. That's a really fantastic starting spot. Just keep using that Kyrie A until like another buffer comes out. Truthfully, you might really benefit a lot from the newer Kyrie, from the newest Kyrie, the one that's about to come out. But we'll see. If it's a 5-pull Mercy, I'm likely going to recommend it to a lot of people. If it's not a 5-pull Mercy, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. Luigi, you're doing stuff all day. You're a bit late. Doing good, though. Glad. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm always a big fan of knowing that y'all are doing okay. Because, again, the thing that makes YouTubing, like, super fun and exciting is, like, interacting. I truthfully think that's one of the best parts about it. Alright, Ribbitoad. Let's see. It's got a counter at 25. We're going into San Francisco Sora. Which is interesting, because it means we can use recovery buffing again. I think this enemy also summons a poison cloud to come get you. Wow, look at that damage. There's a huge difference between 20 multiplier and 25 multiplier. It's almost absurd. And it's the same concept with the Sora. There's a difference between 21/22, really, and 27 multiplier. It's crazy. Alright, it's likely we're going to get recovery buffing off on the second turn here. So let's not be too frugal and activate some of our one-turn supernovas. Because then we, with recovery and buffing, we maintain it going to the third turn anyways. So we are likely going to get recovery buffed by San Francisco Sora. Unless we knock it out first. Nice. Nice. We didn't even need to think about recovery buffing. I like it. But yeah, this Keyblade challenge, it's a really good assessment. Making sure you're up to date, making sure your stuff is ready for the upcoming month. I would truthfully use this as a good like examination to see how your medals are doing. PTCGO plays, it's weird. I can pass most of the content, but I can't get that last bit of resources. Are you talking about the gems? Because Sun and Moon gems, you definitely got to be playing for a longer amount of time just to get the amount you need. I think to get everything to level 50, you need 176. And then to get everything to level 35, I believe you need like 72 or something like that. Jock 4, you're going to go to bed. No worries. Have a good night. Glad you can make it. Good to see you again. truthfully, I might go to sleep soon too. Like, we are approaching hour 18 of me being awake, and it is definitely starting to take its toll on me. Let's see, how many more of these left? Oh my gravy, look at how many that is. Ah, why? Why? Oh my goodness. PTCGO plays everything, jewels and gems. Interesting. Well, definitely check out my how to save jewels video. That's a good way of, like, you know, figuring out how do you want to manage your jewels, where you can get jewels from that are free without having to pay. So PTCGO plays, there's like this like chart that I use to kind of describe like the progression of how someone does in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So at first you're doing well, you know, because you likely joined at a time when you could pull for the newest things, you got all these free jewels, all this free stuff, you're doing well, and then you hit this point where it's like there's more content than stuff that you're able to pull for, because you pulled so much here that you've got nothing for a little bit. And so what you're doing is like maybe a blip here for pulls and you get good again, maybe a blip here. But as time goes on, you just get better and better and better. You have a larger storage of metals, and then you could pass everything. So right now you're like at this part where like it starts to dip down and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any resources. But as time goes on, it's dip, 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 and then you're good. Once you're up here, you're good. Yo, Umbra, joining the party late. Nice. I'm glad you can make it still, though. I feel like there are certain people that always show up to every single stream, and you are one of them. So it's good to see you, my friend. All right, let's go ahead and make a mono blue setup. Since we have a new copy medal that replaces amber. So remember, the thing about copy medals is that they really only just replace each other. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and replace that. And man, honestly, I might do the rest of these on my own. But yeah, I like these missions because it's a good test to see how your Keyblade setups are doing. If you know how to understand multiple scenarios like recovery buffing, counter attacks, HP absorption, things like that, HP reflection or damage reflection. So truthfully, this is a good measuring stick for if your setups are doing well. You'll know which Keyblades are lacking in terms of multiplier. You'll know which Keyblades are lacking in terms of strength. So you can be like, all right, I really need a new magic medal, or I really need a new power medal. All right, honestly, I might do the rest of these on my own time. I kind of want to play Star Witch and Anamnesis with y'all a little bit. Is everyone okay with that? Is everyone down to play a different game for a little bit? Kind of want to show you guys like the other world that I play. PTCGO plays, yeah, climbing in jewels lately got 7,300 jewels plus 6,000 saved up. It's always good to, oh, that reminds me, I gotta do this before they expire. I have jewels in my presents box because again, I only collect these like once a month. So I don't want to be caught with my pants down and just be like, oh, I didn't collect. See, look at all this stuff that was about to expire. Free gems. Free. Login bonus. Nice. What else we got? Have they not been doing Trithi minis? Congrats for the Union Challenge. Nice. More free gems. More free titles. Sun gems. Moon gems. You name it, fam. Let's see. And then we get even more gems for the Union Challenge, and Chips and Dales, and 30 Huey, Deweys, and Louies. Like, yeah, there's a lot of ways to get the standard PSM gems. Lots and lots of ways. Alright, the rest of these are just login bonuses, login bonuses. Alright, cool. So right now, we are chilling at 46,360. And kaboom, collect all of that. And now we're sitting at a very nice, healthy 52,000. Are we ready for Kyrie? I think we are. Unless they make her a 20 mercy pull, in that case I'm going to rip out my own hair and just be like, oh, why? Why? But yeah, so I hope they don't make her a 20 pull mercy. Otherwise, I'm going to cry because I'm still going to do it. I would still go for it. I would spend my reserve jewels to get Kyrie. But I don't think the medal's so great that it's worth 20 pulls for like standard people, for non-fanboy people. Isaac, thanks for uploading all your videos. They're so helpful. So, okay. So for everyone who's watching this, the point of my videos is not to tell you what to do. That's like the little piece at the end of the videos where I say if you should pull or not. Really, the number one from anyone watching my videos, I want you to learn. I want you to know what makes something good, what makes something not good, because there's going to be times, like these past 2 weeks, there's going to be times where I'm not going to be available to give you that advice. Because of work, because of other things. Like, I don't really talk about what I do in real life, but it takes up a lot of time, like an absurd amount of time. So what I want people to do when they watch my stuff, I want them to learn. I want them to understand, because like it would be a 2-minute video if I said, yes, pull, don't pull, this, that, follow my lead. But you know, that's not fun. You know, I feel like having someone play the game for you is not fun. I'd rather teach you what's good, and then you decide for yourself, because then not only that, but then you can teach other people what makes certain things good. So a lot of it's my opinion, but really it's just to help you understand, because I feel like the best form of teaching is one where you no longer need your teacher. You're good on your own. So that's what I want the people watching my stuff to do. I want them to learn. I want them to understand. And that is what YouTubing is for me. It is... because YouTubing is hard for me. It takes up a lot of time. Like, there's so much stuff I could have been doing this past 2 hours. But number one, it's super awesome to hang out with y'all. Like, that was the minute we started getting like a decent fan base. Like, that's when things really got exciting for me for YouTube. It wasn't like the number of subscribers or whatever. Like, it got really exciting when the people became more consistent. Like Luigi, Sorneckful, Jockfy, Umbra. You guys have been here for like ever, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see you every single time we stream. So that's awesome. The teaching is awesome. Like, I feel like there's a life satisfaction with me being able to stream and create YouTube content. All right, everyone's down to play a different game, which is thank you all, because like, man, that Keyblade challenge was getting kind of dry for me. I gotta edit the description of the video though, because we didn't get to the stuff that we said we were going to. So let's get rid of... I guess the big thing we didn't do is the high score challenge. I could do that in a separate video for sure. Separate stream. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, Starneckful, we're at 52,000 with, I believe, 30,000 in reserves. 30,000? I think we're actually at 45,000 in reserves. So, technically, we've almost got 100,000 jewels in liquidable assets. Let's see, Adrian, so many unclaimed presents. I like to save them all and then just collect them all instantaneously. Do you know how much more satisfying it felt to get plus 6,000 jewels all at once? Rather than like, all right, I got 100 today, I got 200 tomorrow, I got 300 the next day. Like, it feels way more rewarding for me to be like, yo, I just got like 6,000 jewels all at once. Sounds sweet to me. PDOG plays. Yeah, next, I've been following your channel more since you review almost every medal. Yeah, I haven't done the Ericus one and I haven't done the Sora one. But again, I expected that. I even announced that I would be gone for a little bit. So if you can learn from my stuff, that is truly, truly the best for me. I've learned a lot more since watching your vids. I'm more aware of, and I'm glad. That is the number one thing I could ask for when it comes to like my content. Like, please just learn the right way to do things and like how certain things work and what certain things mean, because this game can be so complicated, just so incredibly convoluted. All right, y'all, I'm gonna show you the other life that I live, so let's go here for a sec, and then let me switch games, and then I gotta also switch screens because the overlay I use is different for this game. So And I don't get to play this game very often on stream. Like, honestly, I don't know if the fan base for this is, like, low or... Also, one, it's like, I'm not particularly good at this game. But I do have a lot of fun playing it. So this is the other mobile game I play. So I play a few mobile games. I play Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I play, obviously, Dark Road 2. Star Ocean Anamnesis. Pokemon Go. Sword Art Online Memory Defrag. And I think that's it. I think that's it, because otherwise I'd be spending way too much time playing games. I already spend way too much time playing games. But these are the games I like. These are the games that I play. Hopefully y'all will stick around for just a few minutes of this. Just kind of see what other games I play. And this one is JP only. So they had a global version, but it shut down. Alright, so what do I want to do first? Let's do a poll. Let me show you what a poll looks like on this game. Let me show you why this is my waifu, like, pulling game. Alright, so these are the newest units. Let's go ahead and do a poll for them. So, these are characters in game. I don't know. Here are the screens. So there's Summer Verda, who I don't want. What's her? She's got a mastery effect. I think it's the multi-lock, which I'm not super fond of. And then we've got the attacking Claire. So let's go ahead and do a poll. And see what we get. Let's hope we get the Claire. If we can get the Claire, that would be awesome. Alright, here it is. Let's hope for a rainbow. So this game kind of gives you a heads up. Like how in Union Cross, it shows the medals going up, and it's like, oh, that's a 7-star, that's a 7-star, that's a 6-star. This one's like, alright, there's like 5-star units, which are rainbows, 4-star units, which are golds, and then 3-star units, which are blue. So what we look for is like a rainbow glow here. No! No! Skip. No. Currency for this game is also very expensive. It's very expensive. Alright, let's do one more poll. I wanna show y'all what the rainbow looks like. Alright, please. Oh my gosh. Gems or jewels are so expensive. Jewels? No, it's gems in this game. Gems are really expensive, so come on, one rainbow unit. Alright, we got the rainbow. Let's hope it's the Beach Claire. We've got one rainbow unit. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. So we open with a Tynave? Yeah, this is Tynave. So, the cool thing about Star Ocean Anamnesis is that it's like characters from the game. So, Star Ocean is like Final Fantasy, where it's like there's numbered games, it's like a series of stuff. Star Ocean Anamnesis is like a collection of all of those different Star Ocean characters brought into one mobile game. Please be the Beach Claire. Please, please give us the Beach Claire. If we don't get it, it's gonna be super sad. No, it's a Raimi unit. It's okay. I don't believe we had a Raimi. She is still like an ace character. Yeah, this is our first Raimi. No, we wanted the Beach Claire. It's okay. We'll accept this. We will accept this. There is still the chance. It's a very small chance that the last unit can magically become a 5-star unit. It doesn't look like this is the case, though. It looks like it stays a gold star unit. We did get a Raimi, though, which is pretty cool. Alright, cool. Cool. Well, that's that. No more pulling. No more pulling because gems are expensive. Or we could pull for these beach characters, which is not a smart idea, but we might do it for fun. But we shouldn't do it because we shouldn't. We shouldn't. No, that's not the smart thing to do. So let me show you some gameplay. Let's see. PDOG plays. I also realize how little medals you need to be successful. I just need a staple, a copy, and a buffer. Yep. That's it. That's literally the 3-medal formula. You open with your heal buffer, and then you use a copy medal in the pet slot, or you use a copy medal plus your staple, and then the friend slot. Like, that's all you need. Store Neckful. I do play Pokemon Go. Why did Anamnesis shut down globally? It wasn't making enough money. Now, Star Ocean Anamnesis was another Square Enix game that didn't make a lot of money, and then they shut it down. So that's why it's just like, if Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is not going to be making money, they're going to shut it down. It's going to be the same idea. SGS Reaper, sorry about missing out on the beach, but at least you got the rainbow. Yeah, I got the rainbow, which is nice. Why don't we do a ticket pull? So another good thing about this game is that they give you tickets that guarantee you 5-star characters, as opposed to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, where it's like, LOL, spend 15,000 jewels to get to the Mercy. Is this the Aces? No, we want to save our Ace ticket. So let's go ahead, do a rainbow pull. So this is a guaranteed 5-star unit. And it could be the beach units, actually, because they're available. Like, as long as the banner is active, all the characters are in the pool. Beach Claire. No, it's an on. Nuts. Okay. It's alright, on. That's fine. Useless. Useless. I forgot I actually still have this. This is like... So they made like a mistake. So they gave everyone a free 10-pull Mercy. 10-pull Mercy. Free 10-pull. Unfortunately, the rates are still pretty bad. You can still whiff and get only 3 stars. 67 or like 68% really 3 stars. There's really only a 6% chance of getting a 5-star, and mathematically that's really 1 every 19-20 characters. So if we get a 5-star here, that'd be pretty sweet. So let's go ahead, do our free pull, and hope for the rainbow. Do we get the rainbow? Give us 1 rainbow. Nah, see, the chances were stacked against us, but that's fine. Okay, not a problem. It was a free pull. It was nice to have it, but we weren't expecting anything. Star Neckful, are there husbandos too? Yeah, of course it is. Star Ocean is, it has a male and female cast. So if we go here, let's see. So for example, they had a P5 collab. This is another thing I liked about Star Ocean Anamnesis that I really criticize about Kingdom Hearts, is that they don't do collaborations. I don't know why. I think it would be really profitable. I think it'd be really healthy for the game, but they don't do it. Couldn't tell you why. I think it's a great idea. But yeah, they did a P5 collab. So I've got Joker. I've got Makoto. There's Jack Russell from Radiata Stories. And then obviously, like, there's the Star Ocean cast. So you've got Victor, who's from Star Ocean 5. You've got Edge, who's from Star Ocean 4. Vacheron, who is from Resonance of Fate or End of Eternia, based on where you played it in the world. Truthfully, I mainly collect, like, the waifus, not really the husbandos. So it's like, yeah, there's people like Audrey or people like Diaz. But we have our priorities, as you can definitely see by my high tier roster. SGS Reaper started playing a bit of Integrity and Faithlessness last year. Unfortunately, it couldn't hold my attention. Truthfully, that was one of my least... Okay, so I've only played 3, 4, and 5. In order, 3 was the best. Till the End of Time is a fantastic game, and it really makes you think. It's based on, I think, I'm trying to remember the psychologist Renee, I think it was. The I think therefore I am kind of concept. Star Ocean 3 was gold. Just magnificent. Star Ocean 4, things got weird. Like, things just were really weird. The storyline got weird. Like, it's very... For lack of better words, it's very Sword Art Online approachy, where things get weird at times, but at other times they're awesome. But there's really a lot of times where things get weird. So, it was a good story. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, like, playing as the crew that, like, literally, like, the first Star Trek crew that went out into space to explore unknown territory. Star Ocean 5 was a really weird game, and not weird in the sense that Star Ocean 4 was good, but Star Ocean 5 was so vanilla. So vanilla. Like, nothing popped out about that game. Nothing. Like, the characters were bland. The story was kind of bland. You weren't even in a spaceship for most of it, which is like, it's called Star Ocean. Like, you should be a space traveler to an extent, you know? So yeah, Star Ocean 3, still the best game. That's why I collect Sophia units. That's why I collect Maria units. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of like when RPGs are like, let's add costumes. I don't know why, but I love being able to do costumes with JRPGs. I couldn't tell you a good reason for it, but I think it's pretty cool if you ask me. So this is Maria's Angel Wings form. They had an Angel Wings banner for her. So that's her in her angel form. And then I also have the standard Maria here. This is the more traditional costume that people are used to seeing her in Star Ocean till the end of time. And then I also have the beach unit Maria, who has this super awesome huge frost sword, which is really cool. But yeah, this is my waifu game. This is my fun pull game. This is my, like, Union Cross is really getting annoying, let's play something else game. So let me show you some of the gameplay now. Let's see. Sword Neck Full, it reminds me of Epic 7. I've never heard of Epic 7 before, truthfully. The LIVEEE, it's pretty, looks like a pretty cool waifu game. Oh, not just that, but the waifus fight. Yeah, that's a thing. So let's go ahead. Let's go into, whoa, level 100. It costs 100 stamina and it's monster level 300. What in the nonsense? Why is this boss so difficult? All right, so it's only weak to fire and wind. What in the... Oh, this is the misery mission. Oh, okay, I see. So there should be some sort of misery rewards. Do I need my misery... Let's see. Ah, there are my misery coins. All right, let's go ahead and try and complete this. Let's go in with... Let's not pick Parichi. Let's go in with Kasumi from Persona 5. Royal, which I still need to play. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we need to edit her equipment, because remember that the boss is weak to fire and wind. So let's go ahead and change it to a weapon that has wind elemental. So now we're hitting for weakness damage. So it's the same thing in Union Cross when you hit a magic enemy with a speed metal. Like, you want to hit for weakness. Alright. Sorry, my nose is getting like stuffy. Alright, so let's hit start. And then this is a really fun, I think this is good multiplayer. This is the multiplayer I would have expected out of Dark Road, that I know Square is capable of because they used it in Star Ocean Anamnesis, but they chose to not expand on it, which makes me sad. Alright. Let's see, it looks like this dude's got a fire sword that's also got strength against divine creature, so he's probably using this for the Gabriel event. We need 2 more people though. So this is the worst part about Star Ocean Anamnesis when it comes to multiplayer, is you gotta... Ah, see, he's leaving. No! Why doesn't anyone want to do the misery mission? 2 more people. Alright, we need a healer. Oh my gosh, no healer? Alright, well, I'll show you guys to give it a run, because this is like the hard mission. This is like the critical mode of this game. So let's see if we can pass it, because honestly, without a healer, I don't feel nearly as confident. Like, another thing about this game is you kind of have to understand how the units work. And none of these units, like, the unit that synergizes the best is the Kasumi that I'm using right now. The other units, oh gosh, the defender already died. Oh my gosh, we haven't even, oh my gosh, why? Why? Oh, oh no, oh gravy. Ooh, we got hit. Alright, well, it's time for rush. Ooh, jeez. Oh, don't leave the party. Come on, it was your fault that you died. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be hard. Now that we're down a whole player, like, rush combos aren't gonna be as strong, and, shoot. This is gonna be difficult. I gotta be super mindful about my HP too, because I don't have guts on any of these characters. Oh! Time to go in on this, homie. Woo! Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Okay, it's a good thing we activated our assist. The assist gives 100% more, or 100% critical damage, or 100% critical chance. So all these attacks are gonna hit for critical. Like, alright, we're good, we're good. So at the very least, the only thing that could have made it better is, number one, if my assist activated there, and number two, if I had a heat up order going off. But we'll still take it. Like, that's still a lot of damage building up. Oof. Oh no. Where are you? Where are you going? Woo! Oh gosh. Oh no. 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 Go in. No. Oh man. I don't know if this Makoto's got it. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they do. Maybe they're like... Maybe they're a G. I don't know. Man, we could have had this if that fourth player stayed alive. If everyone stays, though, I might reward everyone just by paying the jewels, or paying the gems to reactivate everyone. If we get carried by a Makoto, who is a very subpar attacker, oh nah. Alright, you know what? Just because everyone's stuck around, let's just go in on this. Oh, I wanted to activate my assist. Alright, that's fine. Alright, this should do it though. Let's see. Kurtuo, hi Nexel, hi everyone in the stream. I started playing Star Ocean Anime since JP again. I don't remember anything from the game. Have fun. Rule number 1. Star Nexel, Epic 7 is also a free-to-play, player-friendly game. That's always a good thing when it's player-friendly. It also has waifus and husbandos. Everyone's got to have a waifu and husbando game. Everyone's got to have one. Don't listen to the Royal OST. It has spoilers. I've already listened to it, and honestly, I don't know what spoilers like have been in there. I've played P5, the regular P5. Kurtua, I remember doing Misery. I die in there. Can Makoto carry? Ooh, we gotta be careful here. All right. Vanguard is so gross. It's such a gross mastery skill. Yeah, there you go. Thanks everyone. Good job. At least I got my coin. And I got the 100 gems back. Let's see. Umbra. Dang, that defender went down faster than Fade's dad. Oof. Oof. Wait. Oh, that's why that Makoto went so far, because it's a 7-star. Which reminds me, I need a 7-star Mikasumi. I wanted to save that for a live stream, and here we are, we're live streaming. So this is a good time to 7-star Mikasumi. So 7 stars were just introduced in Star Ocean Anamnesis. They're like the upgraded version. So I want to upgrade my Kasumi. Because Kasumi is my gal. Like, she is my #1 most used unit. So let's beef her up. Let's see, where is it under? Enhancements? It's not under enhancements. Evolve? Maybe it's under evolve. Yes, yes. All right, so we need a rainbow crystal. So let's go ahead and farm that. See, this is a good farming game because, like, I feel like I'm participating, you know what I mean? Unlike Dark Road where it's just like I just let it play. Let's see. All right, so we're going to the exchange shop, seeing what we can get. Oh, the Valkyrie profile thing ended. I didn't even realize that. Let's see. Can we get a premium crystal from this? We can get a premium crystal. Let me see if I can get it elsewhere, though. Can I get a premium crystal from here? No premium crystals there. Can I get a premium? Ooh, I gotta buy all of these stickers. No premium crystals there. Premium crystals are the rainbow ones. So I might just have to get it from here. Is there anything else I want to spend these exchange items on? I want this 5-star ticket. I don't think the weapons have fantastic factors on them. See, mobile games are hard. There's so much random convoluted nonsense you gotta remember. The weapons aren't particularly great. Is there a premium crystal in here? Yeah, let's do some missions. Let's do some of the beach missions, the undersea missions, and then do I have these items? So yeah, let's do some of these and let's get those crystals, y'all. So let's skip this. Unfortunately, there's no English subtitles anymore, so like you have to look up the story for yourself, which is really unfortunate. All right, it looks like we actually need to clear the boss some more. So let's go ahead and do some missions. What's this boss weak to? It's weak to lightning. Water boss, weak to lightning. Makes a lot of sense. All right, so let's go ahead and edit our characters. Let's change our Kasumi's weapon to a lightning weapon rather than the wind weapon that we had it on. So we'll go Kasumi. We will change this wind weapon to a lightning sword. And now all our attacks have the power of Thor. Nice. Nice. All right. So let's open up a party. And again, I really like this multiplayer. It's super fun. Like, so the host pays the initial cost in order to activate the mission. But because they're the host, they also get benefits times the number of people that joined. So I'm getting an instant extra benefit because this person joined. I think I might just have to, yeah, I don't think anyone else is joining. But yeah, the host, because they're the ones spending the stamina, they also get a bonus. So pretty cool stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this boss here. It shouldn't be too hard. This was one of the earlier missions. So let's do this. Let's do this. And all right. Yes, this is the right order of stuff. Rush order is so important. Oh, wait. Oh, my party-wide critical attack was only 5 seconds long. No. All right, I should have timed that better. What a special attack. Good gravy. These are the Valkyrie profile collab characters. There's more, but these were the two most recent ones. This should do it. This should be enough damage. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I need enough crystals just to get the premium crystal. I just really want to evolve my Kasumi to 7-star. Like, I really want to. Let's see. Are there any premium crystals in here that I missed? No. Huh. Okay. Alright. What do we need to get a premium crystal? You know what? I don't think I'm gonna get any of these weapons. I don't think do I care about this bandana? What does it do? Nah, we don't care about it that much. Do we? I don't know what that second line of text is, but it could be important. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, let's get some more of these blue sea corals, and then we'll get our Kasumi. So let's go the 40 mission. Let's go invite some people. Let's use Christmas Parichi now. Let's have some Christmas in the summer. Alright. We just need one person to join. It's a level 40 mission. Should be pretty easy. Please, people, join. This is the worst part. I still think this is the worst part about Star Ocean Anamnesis, is like waiting for people to join. I just find the gameplay so much more rewarding. So we'll just solo this mission in this case. So let's go solo. Let's borrow a 7-star Alicia. Why not? We just need enough to level up that Kasumi. That's the last thing I want to do on this stream, is just level up Kasumi, get her to 7-star, and start using her. Alright, so... Oh, right, I'm single player on this one. That is right. Parichi's got Vanguard, so we don't have to worry about charge assault damage. Oh, big oofs there. That was a big oofs. Ooh, look at that frame rate drop. The enemy's so weak. It barely does anything, and I actually got, like, ate all of that damage. Yeah, this should be enough rush. Right? I think this should be enough. Look at how cool this Maria looks, too. Awesome. Nice. Ooh, I don't think that's enough. Is that enough material? I don't think it is. I think we're still short. No, we're only like 300 short. Okay. Let's get back in there. Let's hope someone is playing it. So we can try entering another lobby. Let's use our... Who's our lightning? Our lightning party. Oh, it's the Maria. Okay, cool. Let's hope one person's playing it. So this is the other good thing, is you can kind of like bide your time. Like do something else. Like I'm going to hop on my other phone real quick while we hope someone plays. This is where things kind of go south though, because sometimes you're not paying attention. And then like the game starts and you're just this idle unit that's not moving. Alright, there's a better thing we can do. Let's go home. So once a day, we get this little stamina button that kind of gives you a bump in stamina. So we could just do one mission here. The 3D graphics look awesome. The animations are very impressive. Yeah, think about it. Dark Road could have been like this, but it's not. We all know Square has the capacity to do it because they have it for this game. So I'm a little underwhelmed by it, by Dark Road, to be honest. Especially the gameplay, man, it could have been more. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It could have been more, but it's not. All right, let's hope one person joins. Nice. We'll give it like 3 more seconds for someone to join. All right, let's make the announcement and let's go. But the 3D models remind me of another game you're playing. What are you playing? What's the other game? Alright, so once we level up the Kasumi, once we get her to 7-star, we're gonna knock out. We are going to crash and burn in bed. We are so tired right now. We are approaching hour 19 of consciousness. Yes, Floaty Maria. I kind of like Maria's animation when, like, she flies high. Like, look at this. Check this out. Check this out. Woo! And then we fly above the attack range of the enemy. The trade-off is that Maria's, like, rush building is garbage. Absolute trash receptacle. Alright, we got the elemental burst. Let's just finish him off. But yeah, this Maria needs some form of stamina, AP feeding in order to make her the best. McBiscuit, I can't say endgame Dark Road right now does offer some challenge. The streak was actually really hard for me to beat. But yeah, Dark Road, it's just pretty bare bones. That's my gripe with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's new, and I understand that. But also, like, if they're just going to use the Union Cross interface, there's so much more they could have done. They could have made Dark Road a real game, a real separate game. Right, exactly. And they could have had 3D models. There could have been all this, like, costuming, stuff like that. But they chose not to do it. I guess, again, it was easier. And I think that Dark Road was a push to get some money. Let's see. Tales of Crestoria. Is that a Tales game? Like Tales of the Ray? Because I know Tales of the Ray was all the tales of, like, Symphonia, Vesperia, Abyss. And I really like the Tales games. They're really nice. Truthfully, I still need to play Tales of Berseria. Sorry, Neckful. Is it 12 midnight in the States? So the States spans 3 different time zones. So by California, it's 9:30, I think. And then, like, midway through the United States, it's like 10. And then, like, Midwest is like 11. And then, like, New York is like 12:30. So it's very different based on where you are in the country. Okay, so we should have enough premium crystals now to level up our Kasumi. So let's go here. Let's go to the exchange shop. Let's grab our premium crystal. And let's go level up our girl. Alright, let's go augment Kasumi. Alright, here it is, y'all. My first 7-star character in Star Ocean Anamnesis. This is my first time exploring the 7-star capability. So it looks like we inherently start off with a little bit of... So our level cap goes up. So now it's 120. Man. Alright. So I don't know what that means. I know how the mechanic works a little bit, because then we go to this board, and in this board we can give additional stuff. So this is the board. We gotta unlock things. We unlock them with magic chips. Magic chips are character chips. Looks like there's, like, different paths we can choose. So essentially this is like a means of, like, augmenting your character the way that you want to augment them. So I'm gonna have to play around with it just to get a good feel for it. It looks like we can up the stats immediately. Oh man, lots of... Oh, there's an attack branch, there's an intelligence branch, HP branch. Defense is not something really we care about. Hit is important. Getting that critical hit is important. AP +1. Ooh, that could be good. That could be real good. Okay. So I have 37 chips to use. Ooh, would some of them cost different amounts? Oh, I started an initial node and then I spend more as I go along. Okay, I see. Oh, cool. All right, and then I get to kind of customize my character's, like, stats. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now we can add additional talents, which is very interesting. I wonder how we do that, though. Is that what this is? Do we have to level up our character? Let's try and level her up. Alright, so let's go here. So now she can be a level 120. Oh, I wonder how I unlock this. So the Union board is only active for Kasumi because she's our only 7-star. I wonder, how do I make Kasumi stronger? Yeah, that's not available anymore because we already unlocked her. This should be available though. Do I have to finish things in the Union board first? What do I have to do? How to gain experience points? I don't know. Do I have to fight something? Do I have to beat something? Well, I'm gonna have to look into it more. I'm gonna have to do some reading because, again, this is the JP version of the game, so unfortunately there's no English translations. So I'll go ahead and do my homework, kind of figure out how to make the most of these 7-star units. But that's all for now. I'm getting super tired, y'all. I'm so glad that everyone could join, whether you stayed for the Star Ocean Amnesis part or not. I'm really glad that you stopped by. So as always, that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord and talk about some stuff off hours when we're not streaming or making videos, go ahead and join. The link is right above the chat box. Just type it into your URL and you're good to go. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.